have someone back in your life gave it up for you. Whoever is living today, you have walked through a pathway that's covered in blood.
Thank you.
And that's the blood of your ancestors who worked, who labored, who suffered, and who gave their life so you can be here today. So we show always respect to what came before us. Whatever made this happen, you can call it the creator if you want to. You can call it the Big Bang. You can call it evolution. I ain't gonna argue with you. I wasn't there when it started. Neither were you. Don't argue with nobody about it. Somebody got a different idea, let them have it. Just say, I am. If anybody comes up to you saying something you disagree with, just go, I am. And relax and let it go. Just let it go. But right now, we ain't gonna let it go yet. Come on. Before we get started, it is important that we show homage and pay respect to all that has come before us. Now, you can see there's a plaque before us. Now, we are going to do what is called a libation. Has everybody in here seen a libation? If you've seen a libation, hold your hand up. Okay? There's a couple of people who haven't seen it. And I'd like you to be very, very clear about what it is. The word libation simply means to pour something. That's all the word means. Now, one of the things about it is this. You can pour whatever you want to pour. I see a couple of people around here, not far from my age, who remember when we used to hang out on the corner and get what we call that taste. Anybody remember what the taste was? That's alcohol we wasn't supposed to have when we was teenagers. We get that taste, right? And what you do, some of y'all know, you slap the bottom of that bottle to break the seal. Y'all don't know. Anyway, open it up. Nobody took a drink until you poured a little libation said, them right here. So you can pour anything for a libation. Alcohol, Kool-Aid, gin, whiskey, beer, all right? Water, whatever you want to pour. But everybody doesn't drink gin, everybody doesn't drink juice, but everybody drinks water, which is why we pour water. And not only that, everybody look around, look at each other. There are people here of different races, different religions, different cultures, different everything. But one thing about it is this. Whoever you looked at is just like you. That means almost 80% water. That means whoever you looked at is 80% exactly what you are. Not only that, let's continue. 80% what you are. So let's throw in calcium. When you throw in calcium, that's a large part of what you are. So like now, when you throw in water and calcium, you're up beyond 90%. Let's put the iron and all that stuff in. now you over 95% exactly like the person next to you, or the person you looked at, or the person you walked to in the street, or the young sisters whose yoga pants are too tight, or the young men who are sagging. That's the same as you. As a matter of fact, in terms of DNA, you and a gorilla are 99% the same thing. Okay, I'll tell you something else that people don't know. That's this. A banana and you are 60% the same thing. Your DNA and a banana's DNA is 60% the same thing. The point being this. The things we let separate ourselves so small. So we divide over religion, we divide over politics and sin. So we're going to pour a libation, not take a lot of time. You see, in this libation, there's a plant. Okay? Let me borrow a chair. So I can I'll grab that. Thank you. I'm going to set this up higher. Yeah. Thank you. Now we're using a plant for the libation.
Anybody want to sit down? I'm going to get some more.
Because a plant is just like us. A plant has soil. Right? It's got to have soil to live. A plant has roots that go into the soil. A plant has stems to hold up the plant, or stalks, or trunks. A plant has leaves. And a plant has flowers. And a plant produces fruit and seed, which is why we use a plant for the libation. And we use water because what are we? We are water. Most of all. And we got a jelly jar, okay? Pickle jar, whatever. Those of you who are my age, remember when Mama, Big Daddy said, don't you throw that glass away. You wash it on out, it's still good. Right? Some people want to use crystal goblets and all that stuff. Getting distracted by the outside when the only thing that's important is what's on the inside. Okay? So we pour libation with water. We pour it on a plant. We pour it on a plant because it's just like us. There's soil. The soil is our heritage. That rich heritage. The richer the heritage, the more powerful the plant. The stronger the connection between the person and their heritage, the more powerful they are as a person. So, we've got the soil, which is the heritage. Our ancestors are those roots, which go all the way back into that heritage, bringing out the richness of that heritage for the plant. Then, there's a stalk. There's a stem, the trunks. Those are the elders, and those whose shoulders we stand on, the wise ones among us. And then they're the leaves. When the sun shines on the leaves, it brings in all of the energy. That's all those young people, the youth running around our community. Some of us looking down on them, forgetting how bad we were as teenagers, thinking that there's something wrong with these teenagers. And trust me when I say this, all of you got on your nerves the same way these teenagers are getting on your nerves. And when they get to be our age, the teenagers of that era, you want to get on their nerves. So they don't need anything from us. They don't need a criticism. All they need for us to do is love them unconditionally. If we can't do that, shut up and leave them alone. But those are the ones that bring energy into the community. Those are the ones that the leaves represent. Then there are those flowers and those fruits. And those are those young, innocent children running around who don't know how terrible things can be, who have have not yet discovered how messed up things can be. Their eyes are so bright, they think that, oh, the world is a wonderful place. Those are the young people. And then the seeds are the children who are not yet born, which is why we use a plant. So we're going to pour the plant to 4 different things. We're going to pour the plant, pour water on the plant, 4 different things. The creator of all things, okay? Our ancestors, those who are living, and those who are not yet born. That's how we make up society. And the water represents our memory. If the plant does not get water, the plant dies. If we don't remember our ancestry, our heritage, then we wind up dying out. So that's why we use water. It represents our memory. So when we first pour the water, we pour it first to the creator of all things, who is in all things, who is, who was, who always will be, without which there would be nothing. He brought everything into existence the same way you were brought into existence. That is with a kiss of love. So when we pour it, first part of the libation, to the creator of all things, who is in all things, who is, who was, who always will be. Everybody say Ashe. Amen. Everybody say amen. Amen. Everybody say amen. Amen. Everybody say aye. Aye. See, you used to talk crazy too. I don't care what you say. Your parents and grandparents told you to stop talking like that. The way we tell these kids to stop talking like that. And they ain't gonna stop. The more they can get on our nerves, the more they like it. Like, at least I did when I got on my, well, so did you. Anyway. All right. The second part of the libation is poured to the greatest of our great-great-great-great-grandmothers and great-great-great-great-grandfathers all the way back to the beginning of time and unknown time. All the way back, and particularly for us people of African descent, we changed the course of the Nile. We erected the pyramids on the banks of the Nile. We erected the great civilization of Zimbabwe and South Africa. We are the first to use iron, discover iron. We developed the whole gold concourse in what is now called Ghana. We did all that before anybody knew that we were in Africa. We did all that. Great civilization. All of that we did. So that ancestry that we poured to is to all of those people who gave us algebra, botany, chemistry. I could go down to everything in the alphabet and tell you something that Africa gave the world. We don't have time. So the second part is for to all of our ancestors who gave it up for us. Everybody say Ashe. Ashe. Everybody say amen. Amen. Everybody say amen. Amen. Everybody say aye. Aye. The third part of the libation is for to everybody who is living. So touch your head like this, please, everybody. Touch your head. And you relax now. So we're asking that that spirit of the Creator, the spiritual energy of the Creator, we ask that all of the energy of our ancestors guide us through our heads. Not into our hearts, but to guide us through our heads. Because your heart can lead you in the wrong direction. Make you want stuff you ain't supposed to have. Or make you experience heartbreak when it's just your ego hurt. Okay? And hate somebody because they didn't treat you right. The thing is this. Ask that energy to enter our heads to guide us into making the proper decisions, particularly in this terrible, confusing time. That's the third part of the libation. Is more to all of us who are living. Those who can be here and those who for some reason are not able to be here. Everybody say Ashe. Ashe. Everybody say amen. Amen. Everybody say amen. Amen. Everybody say aye. Aye. And maybe say aye. If you're walking by with their pants showing their underwear, leave them alone. Don't say nothing that you don't like it. You make them want to do it more. And don't believe some of us believe that it represents something about what happened in prison. These children don't know nothing about prison. What they do know is they know you don't like it, which is why they like to only can solve the problems that you grow up in. Every invention done by human beings was done by when they were young. Old people did stupid stuff like the hydrogen bomb. They were old when they invented that. Anyway, last part of libation is for all those babies and those who are not yet born. Everybody say, Ashe. Everybody say, Amen. Everybody say, Amen. Everybody say, Aye. Now, I got to do something special. Because these magnificent women represented here, okay? We need to do more to understand that those people who do magnificent things for the community around them almost never, ever get recognition. It is important that we elevate the image of those around us who give selflessly, who don't seek to be in every newspaper, or seek to be on every television show, or seek to be down in City Hall receiving all the awards. We need to elevate them in our community and understand that they are the ones who give selflessly, without seeking reward, without seeking honor. And they've been doing it for years and years. So we pour this little last dip for those who are presented, and there are others who we do not know because they don't seek recognition. But whenever we can recognize them, let us always show them honor and respect. And to them, we pour a special part of libation. Everybody say Ashe. Ashe. Everybody say Amen. Amen. Everybody say Amen. Amen. Everybody say Aye. Aye. If we remember like the plant, if we remember our heritage, if we honor like the roots, our ancestors, if we listen to the strength of our elders like the stalks of the plant, if we gather and allow the energy of our youth to become part of us, and if we try to make a pathway for the young and those who are not yet born to have an easier road to walk, then we will survive in the future and hope. And I hope that the future is a beautiful. And as people in that future that look as magnificent as y'all do today, because somebody gave it up so you could be here, we have to remember to be willing to give it up so those in our future will have a brighter time than we do. Everybody say Ashe. Ashe. Everybody say Amen. Amen. Everybody say Amen. Amen. Everybody say Aye. Aye. Because I got a funny feeling this is a temporary time and that everything is going to be all right. All right. Thank you.
Women's Center. Thank you for your indulgence so you can hear me without the mask. I'd like to welcome everyone here today. This is such a special day for us at the Wisconsin African American Women's Center as we honor Josephine Hill, Ruby Jackson, Helen Boyd, and Dawn Gozette. such an honor. It has been such an honor to work with Brad Bernard and Near West Side Partners on this project. And it is far more than I could ever imagine. I am just so proud. If I didn't say it, my name is Diane Wilkins. I'm a volunteer at the center, and I've been involved with the Wisconsin African American Women's Center for 10 plus years. Ms. Hill can't figure out how long. I just know I've been around here a real long time. I started my time at the center as someone renting space for the for Hansberry Sands Theater Company. And through that experience and working with the leadership, just got more involved in all the projects, fundraisers, day-to-day operations, and evolved to this. I want to give you just a little background about the center, and pardon me as I look down because I want to be sure I get the information correct. In 1997, the organization was founded by a group of diverse women who felt the need to put a resource in the community that would assist women of all races, creeds, and colors. And from that, this diverse group of women actually fundraised individually and invested their personal funds for the founding of the center. And here we are, actually, I believe we're celebrating 20 years from the time the center was purchased from the Carpenters Union. So that's a really huge milestone. With us today, of the 4 women, 3 are founding women. Ms. Hill, raise your hand. Ms. Ruby, raise your hand. And Ms. Boyd, raise your hand. They are 3 of the founding members. So it is so appropriate that we salute them with this mural. The mission of the Women's Center is to empower and enhance women's livelihood through economic development, training, education, and cultural enhancement. And the Women's Center has done their job in each of these categories. Additionally, the Women's Center serves as a business incubator. We have tenants here such as the Wisconsin Black Chamber of Commerce, raise your hand, Ruben. And he has been at the center for most of the time the center's been in existence. We have the Black Health Coalition, which is founded and directed and leaded by Dr. Pat McManus. We have the newest tenant, Ms. Ruby Dent, who's in the audience. Raise your hand, Ms. Ruby. We have the Masonic Temple, led by Brother Cooper, Brother Mike. We have our technical guru, Dan Thomas, who's serving as our videographer today. And also, we have Ben Watson, who is not with us at this time. We have Brother Ali, and he was here, I don't see him now, who has a transportation company. We have Barbara Tripp, who also has a transportation company. So the variety of business occupants that have rented space throughout the years is really what has kept the center afloat. You know, if we look at the mainstay of what kept us alive through the hard times, it's these tenants that believed in the space, believed in our mission, and said, this is where I want to be. This is where I want my customers to come, my clients to come. And so we are so happy because they have made us who we are. Additionally, the other component is the community aspect, where community organizations come in and rent space for dance, African dance. I think I see Miss Williams here somewhere, Regina with line dancing. She was here taking pictures earlier. Oh, there she is over here. And she worked with Miss Nzinga Khalid, I believe, and she is the new owner, operator of that organization. We have had Ina Analu here. We've had On Fire here doing African dance and class classes, and a number of other organizations. We have had movies being filmed here, like Give Me Liberty, and some other small production operations. We have had plays here, readings here, so whatever you can imagine, we have done it. Political town halls, and those type of things. So in the facility, and we would like you to go and look at the facility when we're done. We'll have some light refreshments. Is our grand hall, which is upstairs, which in non-COVID period seats about 300, and a downstairs hall as well. So as you can imagine, this also was our mainstay. So during COVID, you know, when things got a little hectic for all of us and unforeseeable, we survived. We survived through the tenants that were in the space. We survived because of the more recent rentals that we have of our halls, and we are so grateful to be here in this space today. So I'm gonna move on because I know everyone has things to do, but I just thought it was important to give you that background so you understand that we stand on hallowed grounds. As Tasha said, we stand in the community to serve the community, to make the community better. I would also like to just thank the people that helped set this up during the week. Felicia and Mr. Abney was here today, and Brian. I don't see them, but they helped set this up. So thank you to them, because without them we couldn't have done this. Thank you to Near West Side Partners, Anne Marie and Lindsay, who helped me. They were my backbone trying to figure this out. And artist extraordinaire, Mr. Brad Bernard. So at this time, I don't see any, if there are any political officials in the audience, please raise your hand. I don't think I see anyone. Okay. So we will move on. So I'm going to introduce Keith Stanley, who's the Executive Director of Near West. Okay, Ms. Hill. Near West Side Partners. Thank you, Ms. Hill. She's my leader in all things.
Thank you, I appreciate that. I won't be before you long. First, it's an honor to stand before you women. You guys have done some amazing things in this community. When I look at you, when I look at you up here, I see those crowns. It reminds me of me growing up. My father was a pastor, my grandfather was a pastor, growing up in those churches, seeing those beautiful sisters doing what they do to keep our community. And you guys represent that to me. So I'm so glad when I drive past the Near West Side to see that just so much to me, so much history, so much love there. So I thank you for all the work you've done. I also want to give it up to just our Near West Side Partner staff. They're going after these grants. We're going after these grants, trying to bring money into this community so we can do the work that we do. And just want to give it up to, I see Elizabeth, Lindsay, and Marie. I don't know if there's anybody else, but they are hard-working folks who really believe in the work that we're doing. So let's give a hand for them. And then lastly, I just want to say, Near West Side Partners, on Tuesday night, we received a Friends of the Art Award from the City of Milwaukee, from the Arts Board, for our work. Our goal is to fill the Near West Side, this community. You'll see the signs, you see Near West Side there, and you see it all along. We're bounded by freeways, I-43, I-94, 175, and then Valete Street is our actual, where we stop at, but we include this north side of the street. And we want to see art everywhere. We want to see art that represents the history, the culture, the assets of our community. There's so many good things that's happening in our community, and I listen to the brother who spoke before us. You know, a lot of times we want to lead with the wrong foot. I don't believe in it. I believe in leading with the foot. What makes us look good? What makes us look good is believing in our history, our heritage, and believing in what's important to our community. So I love the way to see things like this. So I'm pretty excited. I also just want to give it up to leader, Johnny Moultrie. It's good seeing you, brother. You're a quick mentor of mine. I appreciate that. And the last thing I just want to say is I want to give up for Brad. Brad is an amazing artist. Sometimes we don't see eye to eye, but he's an amazing artist. He's an amazing artist. Sometimes we don't see eye to eye, but an amazing artist, and we need more artists like him who are willing to see the vision. And I know, Brad, this has been a long time coming for you. Hopefully we can do more of this, working with our good friend Melissa, who's going to help us find some grant money somewhere. And so I want to give it up, though, for Brad, for artists, for making this come to fruition. Thank you.
So our artist extraordinaire, a dear friend for many years, a comrade in the arts community, Brad Anthony Bernard.
Thank you, Diane. It's an honor to be here, and God bless you women. I've known Ms. Hill for quite some time. She is a sister of creativity and publicly acknowledged as such. And I've been staring at the images of you women all summer to depict you on the wall, and it's great to stand before you and gaze you in your eyes right now. So God bless you. Thank you for your contributions, and thank you, Diane, for the background on the center itself, because again, as part of the celebration of the community in the Near West Side, the African American Women's Center has been well established in this community for some years. So, you know, what you'll see on the wall is, of course, the likenesses of the women I'm about to introduce and have you acknowledge, but also because this is a gathering place for many different events throughout the year, but most notably the Kwanzaa celebration that takes place every year. And so I wanted to have not only the Dia symbol in the center, which represents the principles of the African American Women's Center. It's also the logo of their organization, but then there's other Andinkra symbols that are representing the principles of Kwanzaa. And then you'll also see in the center, the Kinar, which holds the candles for the days of Kwanzaa, actually also represents a platform with the Tonko feet drummers, and then you'll see the female drummers on either side, kind of representing the dance of the youth as far as optimism of what the future holds. So the legacy that you all have established in this community, there's many young girls that are coming up right now who are developing their mindset for their crowns. And so I think that's really important. And definitely appreciative to Keith and the Near West Side partners, and most notably Melissa Muller for her tireless efforts to find the funding. So let's give her a hand, everybody. This whole partnership was a perfect storm because a lot of the initiatives that Near West Side Partner wanted to put into place as far as beautifying the community, I, as a West Side resident for almost a decade now, if not a decade, what I saw driving up and down this street with Pat Miller was a mural tour that could take place to stimulate the neighborhoods along the strip of Valise Street from 40th to 27th, and then also stimulate the emerging business district while making buildings maybe look more attractive to potential property owners, right? So when I was fortunate enough to meet the Near West Side Partners organization via Ms. Pat Miller, raise your hand, Pat, so everybody can see you. She shared that vision as well and introduced me to the individuals that I would need to talk to have such a thing happen. And so what I like as far as the Near West Side Partners mission, from my understanding, they're about gentrification without displacement. And I think that's an important part of that vision, because they wouldn't honor the people that were here if they meant to cast them out, right? So it's important that you all as the community speak up and be a part of the process as well, because it's gonna take the people that are, I guess I would put it, legacy property owners as well as new home owners to speak out against those absentee property owners that let their properties go down, right? So it's gonna take a little bit of everybody, right? So that's what this is all about. And just to kind of give you a quick heads up, you'll see the Friends of Housing building across the way over there, that big white brick building. As part of the Westview mural tour, that will be a mural executed by legendary artists here in the city, Mr. Reynaldo Hernandez and his daughter Rosalia, who is picking up the torch as far as the Hernandez legacy of muraling. There's also going to be another mural installed just down the street, across the street right here too, on the right, by Brandon Minga, that's going to celebrate this particular neighborhood. So just so you know, each of the murals along this stretch are going to celebrate the community, uplift the heritage or the history of the city of Milwaukee some kind of way. So keep an eye out. By the end of this calendar year, we'll have 6 new murals on the Valise Street stretch. And by next year, this time, we'll have another 6 murals, hopefully with the right funding sources, and be able to stimulate this community in a way that that's going to have the residents be proud to be here, and also have potential property owners and business owners want to be a part of the community. So thank you all for your support. Thank you for your attendance today, and God bless you all.
Thank you, Diane. Yeah, she put this together. Good job.
I'm running my mouth. I need to have these ladies just stand up for a moment. I'm just gonna state your names. We have Miss Dawn Gozette. I just read a little bit about Miss Gozette, a native of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Dawn is currently the Wisconsin African American Women's Center chairperson for the annual Hat Luncheon Committee. She attended her first Hat Luncheon in 2009 and has been an active volunteer since 2010. Wisconsin African American Women's Center held a virtual catalog sale for church and casual hats for their annual fundraiser in May 2021. Dawn did all the photography and cataloging for the event, which was the first of its kind for the center, and it was very successful. So evolving with the times into the virtual world, she retired from the Milwaukee Police Department and has held the position of Court Liaison Officer. She is the first and only African American to have been promoted to the rank of Court Liaison Officer in the Milwaukee Police Department. Give this woman a hand. All right. Thank you. Next we have Miss Helen Boyd. She is a founding and dedicated member of the Wisconsin African American Women's Center Limited, also a board member. Helen retired from Milwaukee County as a nurse after many long and tedious years of service. So a life of healing people, no doubt. Once she retired from the county, she started her own transportation business, which has existed for about 20 years. She has enjoyed her volunteer experience and hopes to continue supporting the center for years to come. God bless you. A hand for Miss Helen Boyd. Next we have Miss Ruby Jackson. She is a founding and dedicated member of the Wisconsin African American Women's Center Limited. She is also a board member. Ruby is a retired entrepreneur. She is the owner, operator of Trendsetter Salons and Boutique Limited for about 40 years. Oh, I know a couple people that did hair over there. Yes. I might even have my Wave Nouveau done at Trendsetters. All right. She also served on the Wisconsin Cosmetology Examining Board, having been appointed by then Governor Tony Earl. Let's give her a hand. God bless you as well. And last but not least, the devoted executive director of the Wisconsin African American Women's Center, Ms. Josephine Hill. And she is president and founding member of the Wisconsin African American Women LTD Limited. Josephine has volunteered at the center for the last 20 years, keeping it open for activities such as repasts, receptions, birthday celebrations, Kwanzaa celebrations, etc., and has been an active contributor to the enhancement of the cultural landscape of the city of Milwaukee. She retired from MPS, having worked there for over 30 years as a librarian and mentor teacher. Let's give it up for Ms. Josephine Hill. And again, it's great to gaze upon you, and it's great, no pun intended, to give you your flowers while you're yet here. All right, let's clap for all of them, everybody.
Hopefully you can hear me. I'd like to just quickly acknowledge Annie Woodward, a former school board member of the Milwaukee Public Schools. Where are you? Thank you for coming out today. And say, Jew, if I didn't say thank you so much. With that being said, we're going to close our program. This has been a huge success. I thank all of you for taking time out of your schedules. You could have been doing anything else in Milwaukee, but you chose to come and celebrate with us. For that, we are forever grateful to each and every one of you. For the mural tour, Near West Side Partners, thanks for putting this event together. It's been my pleasure to work with you all. And maybe we won't do a mural, but maybe we'll work with you on something else. How about that? Okay? All right, that sounds good. Thank all of you for being a part of something so momentous. We look forward to seeing you in the center for other events and activities. And with that being said, please take a moment to go in the center and have some refreshments. Thank you so much.